You know, not too long ago, you would come into any suburban neighborhood like this one, and it would be crawling with full-size behemoth SUVs like this Toyota Sequoia. However, a little thing called the bubble bursting happened, and reality set in, and everyone started downsizing. However, for a few select customers, and I emphasize that, a few select customers, a vehicle like this still has a utilitarian value, and I'm going to tell you all about it. One of the most common reasons to buy a vehicle like this is that if you need to carry more than 5 passengers, what I mean by that is you can get a pickup truck that'll tow more than this. But if you have to carry more than 5 passengers, you need a full-size SUV and amazing towing capabilities. One of the cool kind of throwback features of the Sequoia is the ability to put the key in the back, turn it, and let the rear window slide down. If you don't want to get out of the car and stick the key in the tailgate, you can just use this handy button to push the window down or bring it up. Another big reason people buy a full-size SUV is to have great cargo capacity. Now, while the Sequoia does offer great cargo capacity, it doesn't exactly offer easy access. You have to actually use the key fob. The key fob also comes in handy if you want to close it, or you could push this button, but make sure you hold it for at least 3 seconds and then back away. Last but not least, you can use the manual method, and luckily Toyota's offered a relatively light tailgate, so it's not that much of a strenuous operation to lift it. So once you're back here, you have several options. You can fold the third row completely flat, or you can lift up one side or the other, and what's nice is you have these handy dandy buttons right here, so no manual lifting. Not the quickest of operations, but nevertheless a lot better than having to reach over manually and pull it up. Now, you also have this great cargo area here that it's good for hiding some things so people don't see what you have going on back here, and there's even some extra storage place here for tools. Again, the focus on the Sequoia is utilitarian value. The back seat of the Sequoia is worthy of a limousine because you have a ton of space, you got all wonderful amenities, drop down DVD entertainment, remote control, you got your headphones. This is sheer comfort. Now, this being the Platinum, you actually have the captain's chairs, which I prefer, but if you go to one of the lesser models, you can actually get a bench seat here with a 60-40 split. So plenty of room up front in the Sequoia, as it should be with a full-size SUV. However, here's what I don't like. In order to reach the buttons, I pretty much have to lean forward about 2 inches. And you know, I don't exactly have short arms, but to me, they could have maybe curved this in a little bit, made it a little more ergonomically correct. There are a ton of buttons inside here, everything from the ability to select or deselect your parking sonar, hill descent control. You've got sport, normal, and comfort suspension. There's a lot to digest here, certainly more than I can tell you in a 3-minute video. But what I can tell you is that this vehicle has a ton of capabilities, both on and off-road, and that's what these vehicles are about. You're going up to the mountains, you got some snow, you towing some snowmobiles, or maybe down by the beach, towing some jet skis. This vehicle can do it. The Sequoia is available in 3 trim levels. You have a base or SR5 model, then you have the Limited, and what we have here is the $60,000, that's right, $60,000 Platinum Edition. Now, the main differentiator between these 2 or these 3 trim levels is the engine. So the base model, or SR5, gets a smaller V8, while the Limited and Platinum get the larger 5.7 liter V8. The SR5 gets a 4.6 liter V8 engine with 310 horsepower and 327 pound-feet of torque for an average fuel economy of around 16 miles per gallon. The Limited and Platinum get a 5.7 liter engine with 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque for an average fuel economy of around 15 miles to the gallon. So what's the bottom line? You want to buy a full-size sport utility vehicle. I'm okay with that. Here are your options. You've got this Sequoia, you've got the Tahoe or Suburban, both can carry 3 rows worth of passengers. You have the Nissan Armada and the Ford Expedition. In my opinion, this is a nice car. However, the SR5, which price point wise is where the other base models are, has a much smaller engine than the competition. So if you want to get the big 5.7, you kind of have to step up to a Limited or a Platinum. So in some ways, Toyota has a little bit of a price disadvantage, but these vehicles do go for some pretty heavy discounts, so I think you can negotiate a nice deal. What I do like about the Sequoia, it's got great turning radius. It's a relatively easy car to drive and maneuver. So I encourage you to drive all 4 of them and evaluate what the best deal you can get at that particular time. One thing I can tell you is that the Sequoia is probably going away. In the next year or two, they're going to discontinue building these cars, and the Land Cruiser is going to take over. So that's the rumor we heard, and I think you should get this car in the next year or two if you really do want to get it.